Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Rick Grimes Countdown. Carol versus Jadis. Yes, we are winding this down. And one thing that we want to focus on, this is a little different type of stream. I know a lot of people are just so anxious to see what's going to go down with Rick tonight, and we will. But the other relationships, the other characters, I think are being developed quite well. A lot of these characters are really true to what we know about them. You've seen people come out and say that this feels like the original Walking Dead. And one thing about the original Walking Dead is you like somebody and then you don't trust them, and then you do trust them, and then you hate them, and then you like them. And we're seeing a lot of that. So there's enough blame to really fully go around. I want to thank everybody for being here on a Sunday morning. Hopefully you're not missing any major event in your fantasy football and all of that. These streams are not super, super long, but we got a lot of stuff going on today, so let me just give you a quick rundown of what we're going to be broadcasting. We've got Love and Hate, where we'll talk about these characters. At 8 o'clock tonight, we will do our Walking Dead countdown. We're still going to do Walking Dead countdowns after Rick is no longer on the show, so don't worry. And then tonight is going to be a little bit unique, and we're going to split up the fan reactions in two things. So at 10:15, after The Walking Dead, we are going to do an initial just shock fan reaction, how we feel about it. We're going to keep it at about 15 or 20 minutes so everybody can get back and watch Talking Dead and watch next week's sneak peek and see all the actors that are going to be there. And then after Talking Dead, we're going to do our extended fan reaction. So 4 streams today. They're going to be various times, various links, so hold tight. Going to be a lot of good conversation. We got a super chat. We got A Palmer 108. Thanks for making my Sundays fun again. Thank you for being here on a Sunday. So one more thing that I do want to, actually 2 more things I want to touch on. I want to, brand new Patreon, I want to say what's up to, you guys know her as Lisa Khaleesi Mandy, so brand new sponsor for the channel. We're just continuing to grow. And also, I don't know when it's going to show up. It's going to be today's stream or tomorrow. You guys know that many of you bought 999 Gaming gear and 999 Army gear. There's a link down below. But there's also going to be another way to do that, and it's going to be, they're going to be posted on the bottom of the videos. Gives us some new designs and some new things. So it takes a day or two to show up. So if you start seeing that at the bottom of the stream, then you'll see that there'll just be some more options. People have been asking about hoodies, so you will finally get a hoodie option for the 999 Army. So there you go. All right, let's get into today's chat. So something major is going to go. I'm not going to do spoilers today. We'll do a little bit of spoilerage tonight at 8. But from the sneak peeks, and I'm not spoiling anything, hopefully, by telling you a little bit of sneak peek. We do know that Carol has decided to pack it up and head back to the kingdom. So she's not going to be running the sanctuary. And there's a very emotional scene with Rick talking to her. I mean, he is in tears. So he's so disappointed, and you can even hear his voice getting a little scratchy. And it's, what about the sanctuary? I mean, he's just died. He's killing me. Sees Carol as the rock, and Carol is just going to bail on him. She's got to do what's best for Carol. And no hate with that. I mean, people are just realizing that Rick's dream is not their dream. And that scene, that exchange, is going to be very moving tonight. And I also think it is a changing point in Rick, where Rick knows he's losing everybody. That it's not going to be this big, happy situation with everybody living together. And I do think that is what's going to set the table for him feeling like he has to do something big. And he is going to do something big in tonight's episode. I'm not going to talk about that because, as I said, I'm not going into super spoilers. But Rick is going to feel obligated to protect everybody there. Mel the Vulture. What's up, Mel? Good to see you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fine Sunday morning. Kudos to no spoilers. And Mel, I'm going to be just straight up honest. And you probably heard this in previous streams. I don't like spoilers. I really don't. The engagement and the fun to our channel is that we get to do predictions and theories and really get into the psychology. And I would prefer there be no spoilers anywhere. But the reality is, when they come out, they start showing up in the media, and other people are talking about them, and we're inclined to entertain that chat. And it kills a lot of what we enjoy doing. And that's why, at least I was a little more thankful the spoilers came out later on in the week. But the fact that they've been coming out on Mondays has just been an absolute buzzkill. I mean, it has been draining me. But there'll probably be no spoilers for next week. At least we hope not. And then we can just have some action and some energy and all of that stuff. So, and I would ask you guys, at least in this stream, please refrain from spoilers. If we talk about sneak peeks and teasers that are out there, that's a different story. So, yeah, this thing with Carol is going to, and you kind of know this because we've seen the fight with Rick and Daryl, so we know that goes down. We also have seen Jed is on his way back, and Jed is going to pull the gun, and nothing new there. There's just so much drama that's going on, but this is not the first time that Jed has done that. And there is commotion. There's just a lot of craziness that is going to go down, and you can just start to see it eating at Rick. I mean, we saw it a couple weeks ago, right? Or was it last week? When the fight was going down and Rick rode the horse in to separate the two groups. Well, expect much, much more because nothing has happened to change that. So, yes, the Carol scene, it is a big deal. And Rick does say to Carol that, if there's anybody that I have hope in, it's you. Keep that in mind. As characters start to change with the exit of Rick Grimes, which is inevitable, they will. We've already heard that Negan's going to take on a different sort of personality. That was not said by spoilers. That was said by Angela Kang. It's also said by Scott Gimple. So we assume that Negan is probably going to be a little bit more kind of in the vision of Rick. Somebody's got to carry on the legacy. We've heard, and we still think that's true, that Maggie is leaving the show. So she won't be carrying the torch. We also know the Whisperers are going to be there. So where is the strength going to come from? It's going to have to come from Daryl. It's going to have to come from Carol. And I think this dialogue with Rick and Carol is going to be very, very moving. And, you could almost have a theme song in the background, right? Just with Rick's face and just Carol kind of standing up to him. No, I can't believe this evening, or something like that. I'd like to hear that. I'm probably going to get copyright flagged for trying to imitate a song, but you're going to get that emotion. You're going to get that, like you're thrust right into the scene. So when I saw that, I felt it. I felt, maybe it was partially because Andrew Lincoln was crying. I mean, you see these actors do such a good job. I mean, remember Daryl crying, how moving that was? And then when he came up and gave Rick the bro hug, everybody was like going crazy with that. So I think tonight's episode it's not going to quite be as moving as the Daryl and Rick hug, but it is going to be something that we're going to look back on that moment and say if this is the last conversation the two of them ever had, it's a big, big deal. So now let's transition a little bit, and we absolutely love Carol. We love everything about Carol. And I won't go through the whole Carol story. Look, Carol had a bad situation with Ed. She has not been able to really share her experience or share her feelings with anyone, maybe except Daryl. And then she had the situation with her child. And then, obviously the situation with the twins. So Carol has been very skeptical of relationships. And then she just wanted to be away. And now she's at a point where she feels something for someone. She's got Ezekiel. She's starting to warm up to Henry a little bit. And I think she sees that as a I got to take care of my family mode. Maggie got to take care of her family. Michonne is going to have to take care of her family. So you see a transitioning theme. So let's talk about someone that is getting back to character. And it is going to be Jadis. I'm not even call her Ann. And I'm glad I didn't fully change and call her Ann, because she's not Ann. She's on the walkie-talkie being Jadis again. So she never changed. I don't think she ever changed. I think she's always had one foot looking around. And can I ask you guys a question? Jadis seemed upset because Rick didn't trust her. Do you think she had a right to be upset because Rick didn't trust her? Or do you think Rick had a right not to trust her, and who cares if she's upset? Think about that for a second, because I really want to get into the psychology of that scene. I don't think it was very well done. I think they should have made it a little bit more about what I'm asking you right now. And keep in mind, I love the writing. When I criticize the writing, it's a slight criticism. But that moment, I think, could have been a bigger moment that we talked about. So let me say what I mean with that. Is it Rick just kind of casually saying to Father G, look, I don't keep an eye on her, I don't trust her. And then her using that as that platform, it seems to me it was a little bit too quick and too convenient. Like, okay, let me just go back and, by the way, I am that. I wish there would have been, what I'm saying is I guess I would have liked to seen a little bit more warning sign, not just the full belief that she's on board, she's drinking the coffee, and bam, she just changed the first time Rick questioned her. I would have liked to seen that be a little bit more of a storyline. Because what you're seeing now is now people are starting to talk about, wait a minute, Heath. Yeah, it does make sense. Maybe Sherry. Question for everybody. Did Jadis hijack Sherry and send her up, up, up? Let's just throw it out there right now. I think there's a feeling that it was Heath. And look, the glasses could have fallen off from the helicopter. Maybe, yes, possibly. Here's another thing that I want to kind of dig down. Did Negan know what Jadis was doing with the people that he was supposedly going to give to her when he said people are a resource? Do you think he knew? Do you think he asked? Do you think he cared? I want to poke a couple plot holes. Not too many. Just a little bit. So a lot of people are saying yes. Mel is saying no. I got to think no too, because I would hope that in that moment, Negan was a little bit naive and would be like, okay, she needs some people to help her grow some crops. Because if Negan sent 12 and then negotiated down of just people and said people's a resource, and he knew he was sending them to a potential death, then, you know, that whole killing Simon because Simon killed people, just, not feeling real good about that. So, once again, I think another slight rushed situation. So I have to think that Negan didn't know, didn't really care. I mean, Negan choked Simon out, and then, but you know, because he's killing everybody, and if Negan basically sent those people, then, yeah. So I would say he didn't know. And you know what? Let's chalk it up to, hey, he was busy, had a lot of stuff going on, didn't really care, assumed that, all right, I'm going to send you some people, and they'll help you do whatever you need to do, you know, move some, you know, iron, some cats, some, you know, crushed up cars, whatever. Maybe he thought she needed labor. Jadis and this Winslow 2, Winslow 3, Kate Winslet, whatever, all these walkers that she has out there. This is like a test of strength. And where did she get the last one? If you even remotely trusted Jadis, where did she get the last one from? She's been sneaking away. All right, so to even trust her slightly and to act like, okay, go away with me, I'm going to tell you tonight, shoot, I can't tell you. We're not doing spoilers. Let me see if there's a way. All right, I'm not even going to touch on that topic. All right, you know tonight that Father G is in a compromising situation, and she takes the bucket off the walker, right? So that's just not a random walker, I don't think. So I have to feel she's been going back and forth and back and forth. So if she's been doing all of this, whatever happens with Father G tonight, and I won't spoil it because that is a true spoiler, but whatever happens between him and her, whether he's bitten, whether he's captured, whatever the case may be, she didn't just bring this walker out of nowhere. She's been preparing for this situation. And if you are interested in what I'm talking about, we did a spoiler preview a couple of days ago, so you can catch that. And we do identify what's going to go down with them. So don't trust her. Don't trust her even in the slightest bit. Mel the Vulture. No texting and driving people. Listen to the stream, but no reply. You know what? That might be one of the most awesome super chats ever. Make sure you get home to your families. No doubt about it. Be safe. Look, if you get fired up and you want to get involved in this stream, just pull over. Pull over and get your thoughts included into this. So, I've always been somewhat neutral with Jadis. The verdict was out. You know, she's doing what she needed to do. But when I found out that she's been doing some negotiating with other people, bets are off. She's the most evil person in the show. She's more evil than Negan. She's more evil than the governor. She's just like a wolf in sheep's clothing. I don't put one life above the other one. The fact that she's sending people up and they're doing whatever with them, she's kidnapping. Terrible. She's terrible. So, with that being said, if Jadis, and this is an if, how ironic would it be if the person that I feel is the most evil on the show could actually be responsible for Rick hypothetically surviving this exit? That would be trippy, and that would be okay with me. I don't know if the writers fully get the context of where we are with Jadis. I think they did try to keep her somewhat neutral, and I think they did try to keep her as a character that we can sort of empathize with to a degree. She had a lot of people to feed, but the people that she's involved with are some, well, I guess we don't know the people she's involved with. We don't know if they're sinister. And it would come back to, does she know what is happening to the people that she's sending? She's got a code name. I mean, she's not Anne. They had to give her this name. So, Mel, that I would agree with. I agree the writers know what they're doing. I don't know if they know where we're at with her. And that's why I think if they would have kind of developed that shadiness just a little bit more, or just a reason to question her over the last year and a half, because here's just a couple of my questions. What has she been doing for the last 18 months? Now, I know we didn't get the full backstory, but it was almost, we were led to believe, like, she's been cool. You know, she hasn't talked to anybody. And then maybe, just maybe, we find out, or we got to piece it together, we find out with Kate Winslet that she's been, taking care, she's got this radio still there. She does still have her selection of walkers that can attack people. And she finally had that fear, like, oh, they're back. I thought I was over this. And you couple that with the fact that the timing of the helicopter and the timing of Rick questioning her loyalty. I think I'm in a good place with her. I mean, I was neutral, more toward chaotic evil, and now I'm like lawful evil. Like, no. No, you don't get a pass. And I'm really feeling that I guess the only thing that could make me give her a pass is if she's involved with this group and she knows that these people she's sending are not harmed, that they're maybe studied, maybe helped. But you know what? She's still taking them against her will. No, forget it. I don't care. I don't care what they do with her. She's still taking people against her will. That's just not right. Old Soul, why is Jada still getting supplies if she has no people and is being taken care of by Rick? Missed you guys this week. I guess the question, Old Soul, is I don't know if she is still getting supplies. She might have been paid in advance. Maybe it was just sort of, she got that last drop and she owed them Negan, and Negan got away, and next thing you know, she disappeared and they were still looking for her A to pay up. So it looks like she still owes them one. And Lynn Cantrell, if Jada saved Rick, she'll be the biggest hero. So here is the irony. That is a win-win situation. If Rick is hurt, and in any way whatsoever, whether he's washed downstream, whether he, and this is not, I'm not going to go through spoilers, but I'm giving speculation, because the speculation has been out there, right? Now, we know there's a spoiler out there. I'm not going to discuss the spoiler. But the speculation has been for several months that Rick is injured. Walker bite, gunshot wound, or other. The speculation is that Rick is injured, and we've heard hallucinations. We've heard he walks back. We've heard he doesn't walk back. We've heard maybe he gets picked up by the helicopter. That's still a theory. We've also heard someone predict maybe he falls off the bridge and washes downstream. And that does sound a little weird, but if Jadis can kill two birds with one stone in a weird sort of way, and this would be fun for me, if the evil human trafficking Jadis can become a fan favorite because she was paying off her debt, I think that'd be pretty cool. Because it keeps her evil, and it keeps Rick technically alive, regardless of how he's injured. Now, I don't know. We will get so much information tonight because several things are going to happen. One, we're going to be able to check off all of those Comic-Con trailer images except for a couple. And it's going to be right down to where we know. So I think we're going to have a really, really strong theory. We're also going to see the direction the story is going and what state everybody is in at the end of tonight's episode. Whether they're close to Rick, not close to Rick, whether Daryl and Rick reconcile, whether Carol does actually leave, whether Maggie is in Alexandria, what happens between Michonne and Negan. We're going to be able to check a lot of things off after tonight's episode. So we're going to have a really good feel. We know next week is Rick's last episode. AMC has told us 2 more. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch the show and also give the reaction and to also see the sneak peek from next week. So if Jadis can make a move and do something that is explained or at least perceived as us as a positive toward Rick, and if it is involving those people in the helicopter, what if Heath was injured? I'm just going to throw this out there because where I'm at right now, and I saw Mel said this, he thinks she's redeemable, but just let me give you an suggestion. What if Jadis is trading, Well, see, I can't even do that because you ask people. You don't just have people taken hostage. So that still bothers me. I can't get over, give me 12 people. Now, if she's finding people that are injured, let's say Heath was bitten and they happen to come to the rescue and they're using Heath's remaining body parts for science before it changes, or whatever the case may be. If he's doomed, I don't know. Or they think that they can help him, or they can slow it down, or any of the above. I don't think that's a possibility. Maybe they have some test drugs. But I still can't get over she's not going to people and asking for volunteers. She's taking them. And that is going to be the struggle that I have. So I don't know. I don't know in my mind, Mel, if she's redeemable. But in an act of evil, she might actually do something inspiring. And Drama King, that's an interesting point. Drama King says kills. I don't think they'll have Rick and Daryl's last moments together in the fight. So we've heard, rumors, but we've also heard this from Norman, that he says that they're like brothers. So the assumption is it'll just be another fight, and that they'll patch it up. And I would assume they'll patch it up. But how the fight ends, where they're at, where they go, what they do, all of those things are going to be incredible. And I'm perfectly okay with neutral characters. And I'll tell you why. Mel, I always compare Jadis in a weird sort of way to your character, to Mel the Vulture. I wasn't sure if Mel was going to be good or evil, and I was waiting for something to happen, either to demonstrate one or the other. And I never saw the evil in Mel. But with Jadis, I'm starting to see it. So there are several characters that I'm okay with them being neutral type of characters, that I don't have to go out and hate them. Now, Alpha is not going to be one of those characters. Alpha and Beta are going to be, I feel like they are going to be hated nonstop. And I got to tell you this, they better be. They absolutely better be. I don't want to see, even if Alpha and Beta, and I'll tell you why I think they can be. If Alpha and Beta, and not everybody agrees with this, if Alpha and Beta are somehow involved in this helicopter, in this military operation, and they are taking people early on, then their backstory is completely evil, and I'm fine with that. I don't want to see the slightest bit of nicety. I don't want to see the slightest bit of maybe there's a reason why they're who they are. I would love to see them up in that freaking helicopter and responsible for the bad side of what Jadis is doing and the human trafficking and trying to convert some people and doing things to other people. I would love to see that. Because then I can just say, you know what? For the last 3 years, last 5 years, this is what they've been doing to build their army. So, not sure it's going to go down that way. But with me, I would love to see that be their backstory. And society just starts to crumble from that point on. I'm going to give you 3 options as we wind the stream down, because you guys know we like to keep it about 30 minutes. I love the just the open forums, the conversations, the the what ifs. We have what if scenarios that are going to be coming up in a couple weeks. The love versus hate, just to see where everybody stands. I don't need to ask. I know everybody loves Carol. They love everything about Carol. But I'm going to give you 3 options with Jadis. Like Jadis, redeemable or neutral on Jadis, or are you transitioning toward she's gone, she's evil, done with her? So let's see. I want to get your thoughts. I want to get your comments included in this video. As you're typing that, if everybody can do me a big favor, hit the like button or hit the dislike button. Make a choice. Make a stand either way. If you like what we do and you're part of our growing 999 Army in the chats, then give this a thumbs up. If you're like, hey, look, I had a couple minutes to kill and I was in the wrong chat room and I really, I'm not going to watch The Walking Dead too much, then give us a dislike. We want to know either way. So we got some evils. We got some neutrals. We got, Mel says, don't like her, may need her. And if she has some powerful friends, Mel, we may need them as well at some point. Maybe they can be of assistance after Rick is gone. Michael Calcutt says, Jadis is evil. Kimberly G, 100% evil. Gone after she saves Rick. I like that, June. Very nice. Still neutral if she's been forced or die. It's a good point, Crystal. Gone. Don't like Jadis. Evil eye candy. Come on, Dave. Do the ends justify the means? That's a good point. Jennifer Flaherty, never liked her. Definitely loved her people, so she can't be some sociopath. Interesting perspective. 100% evil, neutral. Loving the comments, everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being here. We are 30 minutes on the dot. Be back at 8 o'clock tonight. Once again, we will discuss events and some spoilers. We don't go line by line on the countdown, but most of the people that are doing the countdown, we will discuss some of the happenings that will be there. So I know not everybody's going to be there, but also join us. It's going to be 4 streams today. This is one of 4. Right after The Walking Dead at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do a quick fan reaction video, 15 to 20 minutes tops. I want to see what you feel. I want to see the fire. I want to see the passion. You can have Talking Dead playing in the background. I'm not going to keep you too long with that because everybody wants to go back and hear what Merle is going to say, what Negan's going to say. We'll get some good dialogue tonight. And then after that stream, we're going to go watch Talking Dead. And then after Talking Dead, we're going to do our extended fan reaction video, which is going to be a little bit longer. So hopefully you guys got the endurance. We're going to do a lot of stuff today and all throughout the week. This is going to be a super, super hyped up Walking Dead week. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate everything that you guys do. Look forward to seeing everybody a little bit later on at 8 o'clock. And it's going to be an awesome Walking Dead day. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.